The violent world of Sam Huff.
The game of the 50s and 60s was violent by the standards of the 50s and 60s, but not today. Today's players are bigger, they're faster, they're stronger, and they play on this concrete track. And today, they play with more violence than ever before.
It is a very violent game, and the game is played by violent people, and it is a controlled violence, however, down on the field. They have to do more control. They cannot let it get out of hand, and right now, I see things getting out of hand.
Things are getting out of hand. Some think the smaller 45-man roster and the presence of more than 100 new players from the United States Football League have increased the pressure and induced the violence.
The ball's already gone. The play is over. Here comes Gibson, but he even goes low. That was a cheap shot.
We don't want any dirty players in the National Football League. There's no room for that. If a guy loses a knee, it's not only the end of his career, but it's also the end for his family. We're very concerned about that.
Players get caught up in the egos and this macho stuff and in intimidation. I think that's one of the words that ought to be struck out. That sounds like something from Mein Kampf anyhow.
Violence is not new to the game. There were self-proclaimed hitmen in the past, and the tradition is continuing.
It's not the same type of vicious game as it was back in the late 70s. I came in the league, I was playing with some guys like George Atkinson, Jack Tatum, and just seemed like it was very, very violent then.
Today's violence is not centered on one or two players. Though there is an unwritten code of conduct, even one of the game's best defenders, Lawrence Taylor, admits that there are times when it is tough not to go over the line.
I know sometimes I get teed off pretty much if a cheap shot is directed towards me, but I try to contain myself. But there are times when you get that you have to go out there and play more physical, and if that means hurting somebody, that's too bad.
Both players and owners are growing more concerned about this dark side of the game. They do not want to see Congress become involved. They would rather see more control within the rules.
There still is too much violence, people that get carried away in the game, that can't control their emotions.